and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 257. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside my one and only Too Fresh Crash. How are you, Crash?
Hello, I'm doing good.
You made a face at 257. What's the problem?
I think it's 258, isn't it?
Don't tell me that.
I think you got it wrong last week. I could be wrong.
I don't ever get it wrong. I don't know what you're talking about.
Fix at this point, and I could be getting the number wrong.
What number did I say?
You said 257.
It is 257. I got it right. Crash got it wrong.
Got it. Okay. I wasn't sure because I know 1 week you got it wrong for updating it. I don't know if you updated it to a number higher and not right.
Crash.
That is my bad.
I don't get it wrong.
Trusted you. You are the host for a reason.
I am.
I apologize. I hope you can find it deep down somewhere to forgive me.
Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
Okay. We'll find out by the end of the podcast.
Well, we will find out by the end of the podcast. Stay tuned till the end to find out if I forgive Crash. You have to stay right till the end, though.
Yeah.
On this week's My Xbox and Me, we're going to be talking all things Opening Night Live. If you want to get the show early, head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. You can get us on all podcast services, iTunes, Google, Podbean, Spotify, and some others. They've got them on, like, the other ones, like the Android ones? We're on there as well. There's no, me either.
I don't know.
Me either. I know, we can't play xCloud yet either. Damn. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channels, youtube.com/myxboxandme, where you can get this every Friday. I'll be honest with you, uploading the video has been a pain as of lately, so I do apologize that I've been late with that, but I am getting better. I do apologize. Also, the headphones are still up for grabs, Crash. We're still trying to get iTunes ratings. The A40s are still going to be given away when we get to 100 iTunes ratings. Will we get there?
Right now.
When we need more.
No,
we need more.
Guys.
You don't want headphones. Free A40s.
They don't want free A40s. That's crazy.
£100 headphones. They don't want them.
That's crazy.
I don't know. It's up to them, innit? Shout out to our Patreon producer, man, like Erengard, keeping the lights on, keeping the show going. And let's jump straight into topic of the show this week. Crash. Opening live. Open live.
Oh, I like that remix. That's a good remix.
Opening night live. Our full thoughts and a full rundown of the show. I think let's start at the top of, what did you think? What did you think of the show overall?
It was okay.
Okay, let me rephrase my question.
Okay.
What did you think of the production value of the show?
I thought the production value was good.
Me too. I enjoyed the production. I liked the screen floor, the screens. Yeah. Jeff being in the middle, there's Cindy Goodman in a different room. I thought that stuff looked professional, looked great. Because the reason you've got to give credit to the production value is we've seen bad production value now.
Absolutely.
So now we have to give credit to the production value, in my opinion. We have to give credit. Now, let's get to the crux of the crux of this cheeseburger, which is the games and things like that. Before we go into it, what did you think of it as an overall package of a show?
It was okay. I think they said they were going to deliver updates on stuff we knew about, and they delivered exactly that. Right?
Yeah.
In that regards, they hit everything they said they were going to. There was no big surprises, I don't think. Nothing out of left field. It was all just scheduled, planned, all that. And it's fine. It was fine. It wasn't, it
wasn't bad.
Anything negative, yeah.
It wasn't bad, but yeah, I agree with you. How do you feel about these shows that are just updates to things we could get, which would have been a trailer thrown out there on YouTube? That's what these would have been, right? And they've ended up obviously becoming. How do you feel about shows that do this, where they don't really announce anything new?
Do you watch Opening Night Live every year? Yes. Is it like this every year?
No. We watched it last year together, if I'm not mistaken. We really need to get better at doing... We've got to figure out how to watch things together for the My Xbox and Me channel. We really do. We really do. But it's hard, because then you stream and I stream. Well, you don't stream. I stream, and yeah, it's like, yeah. No, I think they had more new... And this is the first year that I felt very let down in the announcements. Just dropped my water bottle. Department. I felt like they did set expectations correctly, so I wasn't disappointed or anything like that. But you know when you just need one big hitter. One big hitter would have been amazing. And I think Ratchet and Clank wasn't meant to be that big hitter. But
Yeah.
the problem with Ratchet and Clank, it was the exact same scenario that we've already seen, just shown in a little bit more detail. And
Yeah,
and we're not really going to talk about that here. But it not saying it doesn't look great, and I love what was shown, but it wasn't a new game. It wasn't a smash hit. It wasn't something big. Yeah, it wasn't a knockout blow at all.
Yeah. I agree. I think what we're seeing more and more is that this year was the perfect year for E3 not to be here because nobody wanted to show anything. I think that's really what it is. I think next gen is next year, and everybody's like, we'll save all our showing for next year, right?
Well, I think we've got so many big games coming out this year still. We've got Assassin's Creed, you've got Cyberpunk, people don't care, but I do. FIFA. There's so much new games, NBA, like, so much is out there that is still to come that, like, it's like, do we really need to see more of those? Not really, not yet, anyway. Yeah. And it's like, it felt very AA indie focused more than AAA big blockbuster, other than Call of Duty, which again we will get into. Let's go on.
Has any conference actually felt like that though?
What do you mean?
Like it's been big AAAs and all that hasn't felt to a certain degree AA and indies till a large portion of the show.
I felt like PlayStation did a great job with their showing of the PlayStation 5 and making everything wasn't AAA, but I felt like they made everything feel like it was AAA. I don't think even a game like Bugsnax comes out and you see the fanfare for it and it feels bigger than what it actually is. So I feel like PlayStation's is the only one that I walked away from feeling like that, like everything felt, oh, this seems very good and this seems very interesting. Xbox's is hard because I feel that they did a great job again with it, but it was a lot of stuff we didn't know, but we already knew, and there was a lot of CGI. It's a lot of I don't know. Even me saying that about PlayStation, thinking back about it, there was a couple of duds in there. There was a couple of duds.
I don't think PlayStation escapes that either. Not to say that PlayStation had a bad showing, right?
No, I don't think
it doesn't escape that to like, oh my god, they had all these AAA games. We saw all these next gen games because even with PlayStation, we did see a lot of CGI stuff, right?
Yep. I think you hit the nail on the head there with. I don't think anyone's had a bad showing. Yeah, maybe apart from the Xbox third-party one, only because expectations wasn't set. The Game Awards very much was. This is what you get.
They set up Game Awards perfectly, right?
Yeah,
but people still expected more from it. But that's beside the point.
That's not their problem at the end of the day.
I also think with the third-party Xbox one, it was just an issue of
production value.
Production, yeah, it was really bad production. So what you were seeing wasn't super interesting, and you expected like, oh, I'm gonna watch through this production for the big announcements, and we didn't get that, right?
Yeah. Let's start the running show. We started off with Scarlet Nexus, which is a Xbox are pushing this one. They got the third party license, not the third party license, like the ad rev for that thing. What do they call it? Jesus, I can't think of the words.
The licensing.
Well, not even licensing though, is it? It's marketing. The third party, the marketing deal on this one. A weird one. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about Xbox. I've been saying this for how long that when I see ads for Xbox, I want to see the big games, the Call of Duties, the FIFAs, the Maddens, the bigger than even like the Cyberpunks, the whatever else. It's like, why this game?
I think this game actually makes a lot of sense.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a market that Xbox doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't really have a foothold into it other than PSO, right?
Yeah.
Fantasy Star Online.
Yeah.
Is the Japanese and Asian market, and I do think Scarlet Nexus does help with that. And there is a valid point of argument for why Scarlet Nexus was shown here, because we weren't going to see anything for Cyberpunk here.
No. Yeah.
They're going to show their stuff on like Nightwave City and everything. Right?
Just to make it very clear, I didn't think we should see anything from any other game either. It's just I'm just thinking of like their third party.
Right.
we already saw this before Project Scarlet Nexus. It looks like a you type of game. If I'm honest with you, very much a game that you will enjoy. Devil May Cry, anime. It looks interesting. This trailer didn't do anything more for me though than the previous one.
No, absolutely not. It didn't show any gameplay. It didn't show any like concepts of gameplay or concepts of anything that we haven't seen before in the game.
Yeah. No, exactly. Moving on, we had Quantum Error, which was the like the horror-y type. I didn't really think it was a horror. I felt like it was more a thriller than a horror game. The way it was set up was more like, oh, it's a horror game. And I thought, it doesn't really look like it. It's more like it's a shooter that it didn't look great graphically, if I'm being honest. I didn't think its monsters looked that interesting. Didn't think its main protagonist looked that interesting. I liked the thing they did with the like the sensor of like using the heat, the thermal sensor to find things around the world. That seemed interesting, but one mechanic out of a whole game, I don't think I'd be picking it up for. So
yeah, no, that didn't look super interesting to me either. But those aren't my type of games generally, so
yeah. Then we moved on to Dirt 5, another game that Xbox do have the license, the marketing on. I'm just going to say marketing from now on because Jesus, words. What did you think of this? The playgrounds of like being able to create in custom levels, and it looked like there was going to be a lot more to it. I see the bowling pins in there, so
and the vampire. Don't forget the vampire.
I was going to get there, Chris. Jeez, I don't know what that vampire
I don't know. It's definitely a game mode, right?
It's got to be. It's got to be like a tag mode, right? Like I've bit you, sort of thing, something like that.
Zombie thing or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I actually really liked seeing the custom track mode, the make a map or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. I like when games do that in general because it just adds more longevity for the people who do like and love those games. And then if I ever get into those games, and I could usually go to playing the best stuff or the best like community stuff, which is usually in the long run better than whatever the developer does for the most part.
Very much comes down to how it's curated, right? If you need that content to be curated correctly
and be able to search through it and all this stuff.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I'm trying to just cipher through the stuff that actually matters to Xbox. So then we got a trailer for the new COD game. Obviously, I have been playing a ton of COD. I actually missed the Cold War in-game event though the other day. So seeing this, oh man, I know this was running on PS5, but I'm going to assume it will look just as great on the Series X. It looks, its cutscenes look really good. Like really, really good. I wasn't when I just thought it was just Cold War. We spoke about it last week with the teaser, right? And we were like, oh, I don't really like the in real life stuff. I didn't realize this was taking place in real time, so it makes sense why they were teasing it the way they was. And you are going out on a mission in real time, like in the world, in the war and stuff like that. I thought it was actually pretty cool. I know there's a lot of customization. We'll talk about that a little bit later, which Zyga wrote up at myxboxandme.com. But yeah, it was really good. I really liked the cutscene. It felt like it had that same level of meaningfulness as Modern Warfare did in its cutscenes for me, where it doesn't look like it's going to be a very much run straight game. It does look like it's going to be more than that. So I'm very much looking forward to it now, more than I was. Will I pick it up day one still? Maybe not, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I agree. I do like they're showing that they're putting an effort into the story where it isn't just sort of like all in-game cutscenes, because Modern Warfare won Game of the Year for my Xbox. I mean,
it did
because of the story.
Yes.
And the way they did that. So hopefully it's a similar approach to that. I know it is a different studio, but I'm hopeful for this.
Next one was Unknown 9, which was the one of the little girl getting bullied in the streets, and then her powers came out and she was hiding something in the brick. I wonder what it was in the brick.
I need to know what was in the brick.
It didn't tell us anything about the game as such, unfortunately. It was more a case of it's a supernatural powers type game with this is setting the tone for what the world would be. I can't really go off much more than that, though.
I think it was a good tone setter. I liked what I saw. I want to see more for the game.
It's a platformer. It's a platformer. That's what I heard.
Why platformer, man?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm only messing with you. I just knew you would hate a platformer. Yeah, I do agree with you. It set the tone well. I'm sick of these CGI trailers that don't tell me what the game is. Like, just tell me what the game is. Like, literally tell me what the goddamn game is, so I know whether it's a game for me or not. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Next one was it was Doom: The Ascent Gods Part 1. So there's another part to come. Ancient Gods. I apologize. Thank you for correcting me. What did you think of that? What did you think of this one?
It's more Doom.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I saw that, I couldn't tell if it was the base game or the DLC.
We're not Doom people.
No.
I generally we have to add a third chair to this podcast.
We really do, because
there's so many areas that we miss. So many.
I agree.
Like, I've got sports, you've got Weeby games, and then we need someone who plays these type of games. We really do. But yeah, I mean, Doom.
It looked good, right? And I know people who are looking forward to it.
Of course.
Which is cool.
I wish I cared more about Doom than I do. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. It's just, maybe, you know what? Now I'm seeing what the next game is. The next game is Dragon Age. Are we underselling this whole conference? Dragon Age is a big deal.
It is. I do think Dragon Age is actually really important for what we saw. We didn't see a lot of gameplay. But it was very clear they were in the work of it.
The one thing I will say is I saw who was it that Casey, is it Casey? Man, I'm gonna get the name wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Casey. Damn it, I'm gonna get the name wrong. I don't want to get the name wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Casey.
What you're talking about.
The head of BioWare. And I saw him and I was like, we're getting Anthem news. Oh my god, here we go. Anthem, here we go. Nope. Is it Casey Neistat? Is that right? I need to get that right.
No, Casey Neistat's the YouTuber.
Oh, that's the YouTuber. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Casey Hudson. Thank you very much, JJ, in the chat. Casey Neistat is a YouTuber. You're right. Yeah. Hudson. Sorry, I do apologize, Casey, if you're listening. You're not. I know. But yeah, it was. I liked what I saw of it, but I wanted Anthem news, so I was still kind of like being very annoyed at the whole situation. Well, it was more just like, at BioWare, we love to experiment. I was like, yeah, you do. We got Anthem. Like, I was just very much memeing on it, unfortunately. But from what I saw, it looked interesting. I'm not a Dragon Age guy, though. So, will this be the one that gets me in? Probably not.
Who knows?
Nah, probably not.
There's romancing. You want a romance.
I've got did you not see my tea party? I romance already, bro. That's enough romance for me. Unless it's in Cyberpunk. Because I don't want to fuck all the cyber dudes. What?
I'm just like curious as to what the difference between
the cyber
Dragon Age and Cyberpunk is. They're basically the same game.
The cyber.
There's absolutely nothing different.
The cyber.
What does the word cyber mean in this situation?
Robotic.
Yeah, I don't think that's what cyber means.
Is it not?
I don't know.
I never claimed to be a scientist. Moving on. I never claimed to be a doctor either, but Surgeon Simulator 2 is out now. I wonder if this is going to come to console, though, because this is Epic only, so that's why I'm more talking about it because I'm interested in the game. Right. Will it make its way to Xbox? Who knows?
The first one came to console at some point, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I generally don't know. So we'll move on swiftly, though.
Yeah.
It's fine. Next up, we had the Bridge Constructor trailer, which was one of the weirdest trailers ever. It's the Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead.
Yeah. This is like the lowest point of the conference for me, and I don't think that's fair. Because people like Bridge Constructor games. People like Walking Dead, so there's somebody out there excited for this.
I mean, the Bridge Construction games are good games, just so we're very clear. I heard Portal was amazing. I remember playing at EGX a couple of years back, having a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
The trailer and the build-up, I was expecting more.
Yeah, I was expecting a new zombie game.
The Bridge on the computer, and it's like, oh, this is what this is. Weird.
Interesting. Then we got the Sam and Max announcement. Sam and Max is back because I'm sure someone out there was missing Sam and Max. Not me.
True.
Not me, but somebody was. Then we moved into a bunch of stuff that doesn't apply to Xbox, but it was the Afterlife Bastions stuff for World of Warcraft. Then we got the World of Warcraft Shadowlands stuff. I was hoping they were going to announce it was coming to console. I really was, because there was that leak a while back about it coming to console, and it was just a mistake.
I don't think it's ever coming to console.
You don't think so?
No, even if they start selling it on the Xbox store, I think it would be on PC side, because on the Xbox app on PC, they're starting to add the capability to mod, and you do have mods in WoW to change like overlays and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So I don't think it would ever be the game coming to console, even though they did add controller support, so anything's possible, but I just don't see it personally.
Got ya. After that, we had Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. The more and more I see of this game, the more and more I get excited. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be totally honest with you. I get more excited every time I see it. I didn't think I needed a new Crash game in my life, but I'm in.
I think what this game does really good is that it's not the classic Crash where they are taking changes to it. It does feel like an evolution and a next step to the franchise, as opposed to here's the Crash you guys all know and love, which I'm glad. I think the intro bit they had for this
was amazing.
The Crash suit was great.
Yeah, driving around the convention theater, which watching this, I was realizing that every convention theater looks exactly the same.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I was like, that's EG. Oh, no, it's not. Everything looks the same. You idiot. Shut the hell up. But yeah, I really enjoyed the showing of this. I love the fact they're going to have the secret levels for if you go through the level without dying. They've got all those old staples that I remember as a kid doing. I will never do for me personally now. And getting a platinum in this game would be ridiculously hard, I'm sure. But I am looking forward to it nonetheless.
Yeah. Next
up was Outriders, the cinematic trailer. We didn't really get much more context to what the game is. As such, it looks Destiny-like, three-person, interesting design in its characters. I do like that, to be honest with you. But I just don't know. This is coming to next gen and coming in December as well, and I'm like, okay, I'm still not sold on it, and I love shooters, so
the more I see of this, the more I actually get interested in it. I like People Can Fly. I love Bulletstorm back in that.
I hate both of those games. I hate Bulletstorm, so I don't hate People Can Fly, but I hate Bulletstorm. I did not like that. I hated that game.
I actually really enjoyed that game.
Damn.
So I'm looking forward to this. The more I see of it, the more I'm like, oh, this doesn't look too bad. Because when I first saw this after Anthem and all the games of service, I was just kind of put off, like, I don't need another game like this.
They had the Gears Judgment beta in Bulletstorm, hence why I bought Bulletstorm for that beta. Then played them. I think it's the beta. I might be mistaken.
It was
something.
It was the Gears 3 beta.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the Gears 3 beta.
Okay, and then I just remember hating Bulletstorm and being like, "This
Did
sucks."
you play Bulletstorm co-op?
No, I didn't even know I had co-op.
Bulletstorm has co-op, and the co-op's fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm still not in. I'm not going back, Chris. Not going back.
You don't need to go back.
I won't go to. Don't worry.
Okay.
Next up, we had Teardown, which was the demo was really interesting, but I don't understand what the game is. It looked a bit like Minecraft, but I'm pretty sure they didn't build everything. They did a heist within the game. It looked interesting. I just don't know what the game was.
Yeah, that looks like a U game.
Yeah, it does look like a me game, definitely. Yeah. Definitely a me game, but just I didn't get. The problem was I didn't get it.
I wonder if the game is sort of like, here's a scenario, play out the scenario, you can sort of do whatever they want. Because one of the big things Jeff Keighley said when he was talking about it is everything's destructible.
Yeah, well, they made their own engine for this and stuff like that. So it just, I don't know. It kind of got me excited, but it kind of got me confused, and which isn't hard to do, if I'm being honest. It isn't hard.
Right.
You're meant to say no. You don't get confused easily.
Fix, you don't get confused easily. But do you remember when you said you were going to up my pay on my Xbox at me?
I did, to 2p.
Yeah.
I'm letting it build up so you actually get £1 one day.
Got it.
I'm very considerate. Next up was Little Nightmares 2. It looked like more Little Nightmares. It looked creepy. It looks horrible. Why are you smiling so hard right now? I don't like it. Don't smile so hard. Don't smile so hard.
That was funny. I'm laughing.
Don't laugh at my jokes, all right? They're not made to be laughed at. Do you ever play Little Nightmares 1?
Nope.
Oh.
A platforming type game. Not for me.
So you don't like Limbo or Inside or...
I've never seen Limbo or Inside and been like, I want to play that game. So I've never played them.
Damn.
They like visually don't have any appeal to me. I've heard they're amazing games and I'm sure they are. It's just they don't do anything for me.
Damn. That's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. Next up was Star Wars Squadrons. Nothing really more to add here. It looks more like Star Wars Squadrons, honestly. Like, I don't know what else they could really show. They showed some more of the single player stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Star Wars. We saw a better Star Wars game anyway.
Yeah, the next thing, which we won't get on... Will we get this on Xbox, actually? Do all the expansions come to Xbox as well? I don't know. Anyway,
I assume they usually come to Xbox later.
Got ya. So it won't be day and date as PC, but
yeah,
the Star Wars Journey to Batuu game pack is coming to The Sims, which I thought looked really cool, if I'm honest with you. I was really interested. Yeah. I hope Sims keeps doing stuff like this in Sims 5 when they do the multiplayer Sims game, and we can like make up our own stories. And
we know it's going to be a multiplayer Sims game.
It's very much rumored that it's an MMO type.
I mean, it would be the next step for Sims, right?
It's very rumored that it's going to be that. But yeah, I think that would be awesome if they kept doing... I said... when I was watching it, what did I say? I said Resident Evil. No, I don't think I did say Resident Evil. What did I say?
Harry Potter.
I said Harry Potter. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be dope. All the potion, and I know they've got their own little magic and wizarding thing, but I feel like they could do it again with Harry Potter and it would still work.
Sims is in a really interesting position, and it always has been really, to do something very similar to Fortnite. And take characters and put them in different positions, not necessarily like the same thing they're used to, right?
But they get to do it in such a different way as well, because like not only the characters, but the building materials, and like you can literally imagine it was Harry Potter and they team up with Warner, right? And you could literally build the whole of Hogwarts. And have a school go in and like imagine. I think all that would be so dope. But
I agree.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a nerd. Another game that Xbox has the marketing rights for, which was 12 minutes. They've revealed that it's bigger than it was before. More, or I don't know if it got bigger after the announcement, but you've got voice actors from Willem Dafoe, James. Gone.
I want to say that we knew William Dafoe was going to be in it the first time.
Okay, cool. I knew.
I might be wrong about that, but I want to say that we did know.
Maybe you're right. Maybe William Dafoe. Maybe we just heard of James. How do you say his name? McAvoy, yeah, and Daisy Ridley, but who are new additions to the game. There you go. So you're right. We knew William Dafoe, but yeah, I love the look of this game. Like, love the look of this game. Like, just even seeing the screenshot that's on screen right now of them snuggling, it's just like, this game's gonna get me in the feels. I can tell already. It's gonna get me.
Yeah. I'm actually really looking forward to this. I think the concept is so interesting, and just the way it's done is unique.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this game.
Next up, when's it out though? That's the question. We're still waiting on it. When's it out?
I don't know. Whenever it's ready. I've seen gameplay. I'm good on waiting. You know, show me gameplay and then I'm good on waiting.
Fair enough.
For the game to be ready.
Warframe's Heart of Demons is out now, available. Deimos?
Deimos. There's no end there, Fix.
Doesn't matter to me.
Got it.
Demons is out. No, I'm joking. Deimos. Are you back in? You back in? You blind again? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll probably update it and see what's up.
See, I'm even looking at that word again. Deimos. Deimos. D. See, because D-E makes the D sound in my head, and then I-mos. Demos. Was how I'd say it more. If I was sounding it out phonetically.
Yeah, but you have to remember, like,
English language sucks.
Doesn't really work. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, it does. That's how you're taught, is phonetically. But, or in England anyway. I don't know how you're taught in America. You're just
We're
taught,
not
here's a book.
automatically.
What?
Here's a book.
How'd you get taught in America then? You don't get SANS?
Bro, I don't know. I don't remember how I was taught. I was just taught, bro.
True. Next up, we had Overriders 2, which I have literally nothing to say about it because it looked not like my type of game. It was, Overriders 2.
Did you play the first one?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, no. I tell you, the best game of this show was Mafia Definitive Edition, though. I forgot how good Mafia is. I cannot wait to go back.
I've also been seeing a lot of articles for this lately about how it's not just a remaster and it's like a full remake, which is cool.
Cannot
and
wait.
It makes me interested in it. And it makes me
Did you play the original?
Maybe I'll play it. No, I never played the original.
Please play this game.
But would I like it? Is my only thing. Is it a me game?
Do you like gangsters? Do you like Mafia stuff?
I like GTA 4.
Okay. I think you're.
Not
Did
that
you
into
ever?
GTA
Did you ever
5.
play the Godfather game?
No.
Damn, that game was good as well. I'd love to get a remake of that game now. Oh yeah. I think you'd like it. I think the story's compelling enough, and what you're doing from your moment to moment. I don't think the thing you won't like. I think unless they fixed it, is the open world in those games are not very good in terms of things to do. Like there's not that much to do in its open world. There's an open world, but yeah, it is an old game. But it's moment to moment story stuff. I think would keep you compelled enough to want to keep going. I think.
Okay.
Then we got the next trailer, which is coming just to PC. So don't worry about it. Then we got Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga Lego. Crash, be honest, you loved this. This looked dope. I'm not even
Lego games.
No, you're drunk.
Lego games do nothing for me.
You're drunk.
I don't like Lego humor. I don't care about the little Lego figures. I don't care about all that stuff. I don't care about Star Wars. I just don't care. I love Batman. I don't care about Lego Batman. I just don't.
I want to keep it 100 with you, Crash. This demo, this gameplay trailer blew me away.
Yeah, I saw you
because the last time I played a Lego game would have been Marvel Heroes. When on the original, it was the day one buy for me with my Xbox One. So I haven't played since then. But this looks so full-fledged out. Like there was pod racing, there was flying, it had it all. I'm like, what the is this?
It also looks like it's gonna have a lot of content because it's going over all
the stories. Yeah. And I love Lego humor. It makes me laugh.
And it's for you. Get it. You'll love it. You'll enjoy it. You'll tell me how good it is, and then I'll get it and I'll be like, fix it.
This is trash. Next up was Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, coming to Game Pass and Steam, of course, and Windows Store. But come on, who's buying it on Windows Store? Was you ever into Age of Empire?
I only played Age of Mythology. I got really into Age of Mythology and I really liked it. But never got into Age of Empires.
Yeah, be evil.
It seems like something I'd like, to be honest, but just never played it.
Fair enough. This next game, how do you say it right? It's Chorus? Corvus.
That's a V, right?
Well, in the title, it isn't a V. It's a U, and in the screenshot, it's a V. And this is why I'm like, hey guys, how about you get this stuff right so I don't look like a dum-dum on the podcast?
Okay, so it's Chorus.
Chorus.
It would be Chorus.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah. I was basing it off of the screenshot.
I think it's more the screenshot. I think they got the title wrong.
I don't know.
So Chorus. Chorvs.
Even if it's not that, I'm calling this game Chorvs from now on.
Chorvs. Alright. Well, the next game was Chorvs. Yeah, more spaceships. More shooty spaceships.
I like the look of this more than I did Squadron. But that's because I don't like Star Wars. We need someone who likes Star Wars on this podcast.
Dude, if we start changing up the podcast, we're going to need someone who likes everything. We need someone who likes Doom. We need someone who likes Star Wars. Look, this is what this is. You don't come here to hear our Star Wars opinions. Let's be serious.
Actually, I take back what I just said because you're going to play the Lego Star Wars game.
I am.
And then you're going to be all about Star Wars.
Maybe.
And then we'll be good.
Maybe. And then I'll be the Star Wars fan.
The Star Wars guy. Yeah, next Star Wars movie comes out, I want honest opinion on it. Fix, what do you think about the next Star Wars movie? They didn't have Jar Jar.
Not enough
Binks.
Jar Jar. Not enough Jar Jar. Facts on facts. Next up was Fall Guys Season 2, which again doesn't apply here, but if you've not played, if you don't know what Fall Guys, that's what breaks my heart on doing this podcast. Like, to know that
Yeah,
Xbox
Fall
didn't
Guys.
get Fall Guys is ridiculous.
Do you think it ever comes out to Xbox?
Yes.
Okay. You know it's made by the same studio that made Gears Pop?
Really?
Yeah, because I was checking because I was interested. After this, like, is this game coming to Xbox? Will it possibly come to Xbox? Yeah, they made Gears Pop and they made another game on Xbox that I can't recall right now.
I bet
yeah.
Sony paid. I bet Sony paid for this to be developed.
Probably they were like, oh wow, this is fun. It's getting good, like internal whatever. Sony was like, yeah, we'll
Preview.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it will come to. It's the same as Rocket League. That was never coming to Xbox, remember? And then here it is on Xbox.
Yeah.
So I think it might take a year, maybe a year and a half once the exclusivity deal's done. I mean, it's 7 million on It's the most downloaded PlayStation Plus game ever.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Crazy.
Wild.
Crazy thing, there's that many people with PlayStation
And
Plus
then they made
that don't buy the game.
And then they made 8 million on Steam, I heard.
Yeah. It's
at £15. It's £15.
And you have to think, even on PlayStation, there's people who bought the game, not just got it through.
Oh yeah, which is mad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Next up was Wasteland 3. Crash, I've actually had the code for Wasteland 3 for over a week. Ask me what I think.
What do you think about Wasteland 3?
I've not played it yet.
Damn, Fig.
There's so many games out, man.
Yeah, Call of Duty, bro. It changes every week.
It's not even that. Like Call of Duty, PGA Tour, Ghost of Tsushima. I'm still working through. Like Jesus, it's so busy, so busy.
I hear that.
It sucks. Let's get through these last few. We had Spellbreak that is coming out September 3rd. We had Destiny Beyond Light. How would that do for you? You back in?
Yeah, I've been back in. I'm eagerly waiting for this. We saw more of the classes here, which I thought looked cool. It seems like they're going more of an RPG route with the classes, where it's not as basic as the previous classes and stuff they've done with the classes. So I'm actually excited to see how much that shakes up the gameplay.
It didn't do anything for me. I was hoping it was going to. I was hoping it was going to be like, this is why I'm coming back. It didn't do that. If you get in, I might get in. It's one of those games, maybe.
All the DLC and stuff's going to be on Game Pass, and characters are cross progression. So I'll definitely be playing it on Xbox.
I'm going to play it on PC anyway, because it's coming to PC Game Pass as well.
Not day one, I don't think.
No?
Because they said on PC Game Pass, at least on Twitter, I saw an exchange where they said they're working on it.
Oh, okay.
So I might have misinterpreted that.
You're probably right. I'm probably incorrect. So, cool. And then the last game was Ratchet and Clank, which we won't be talking about here because no one cares.
Yep.
So, overall, I thought the show was okay. Like we said beforehand, I felt like production value was good. It just didn't have enough. It didn't have enough oomph. It didn't have enough oomph for me. You know?
I agree. But even going through it, it's like, it's not a bad show by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
right?
definitely not. Definitely not. It was fun. There was some good stuff. Like they say, you need at least like a couple of things. Star Wars surprised me. That got me a pre-order. If that's it, then perfect.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No. I also think that a good conference and a good show doesn't appeal to everything you like.
No,
because it has to appeal to other people as well.
100%.
That's an important thing to know and remember.
100%. Are you doing time codes, by the way?
Yes.
Oh shit! Really?
Yes.
What a legend! I totally forgot. Proud of you.
I had it all. I took the time while you're having a chat to write it all out.
I'm proud of you. I want you to know I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Okay, Fix a Stack. We got a couple of messages or emails and questions, so we will quickly read through those. First one was from Paul Despawn and says, apart from the Series S, what do you think Xbox will have? Do you think Xbox will have anything else exciting to announce before next gen? Crash on 3. 1, 2, 3. No.
I wish that was the case, but it's becoming apparent there's nothing to show. Yeah, it's becoming apparent with both consoles that like the more we wait for something else to be shown, like the only thing they have up their sleeve now, it seems like, is uh the date, the date and
The
the
date and the
price.
price. So,
That really.
what's your opinion on PlayStation doing the pre-order thing through their own system and not telling people the price?
Um, it's not a pre-order.
Well, it's to notify you of the
Yeah,
pre-order. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I think they're trying to get like the people who buy multiple consoles. They're trying to like minimize that as much,
Oh yeah.
especially now with everything that's going on. I think I like that. I'm fine with that. I would be fine if Xbox were to do the same thing, um, because it makes sense. You don't want people buying multiple copies and then upticking it to $800 or whatever. It
Yeah.
might be more than $800 if we're being honest. If people are
I might
reselling
buy
it.
two. I didn't think of that. I
Yeah,
should.
one for you and Haley, right?
No, I'm gonna be a scumbag and sell it on and just buy my
Yeah.
one so I can pay my one off.
Got it. Got it.
I'm joking, everyone. Calm down. Everyone, calm down.
Everybody write to Sony right now.
Everyone, calm down. Calm down. Yeah. We this one we've covered it. We've covered the pricing. $600, £500. Was the rumor of the price. I just don't see it. They're not gonna make that same mistake again. Surely. We've seen consoles launch at this price.
Unless they think that it's really worth that price.
It's
and they're
not worth
offering you
it.
the cheaper version
No.
because they have the Xbox One S.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling
or
you
Series
right now. I am not. I want to go on the record. I need to go on the record. You've said you might not be getting it day one, right?
Yeah.
I am 100% telling you, everyone here today, my Xbox and me listeners, you'll be listening to a podcast where neither of us have a Series X. If it comes out more than £500, I am not paying more than £500. I'm not doing it. So we'll still be talking about Xbox games. I'll play them on my Xbox One X or my PC. Crash will play them on his Xbox One S or his PC, and we'll still be doing my Xbox and me. But I am telling you right now, I am not paying over £500 for this console. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no. I think that is a big ask. But those are usually placeholder prices. Who knows what the price will actually be?
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. But no, at this one, I generally believe there is nothing else. We're going to see. They've got more games to announce because there's still more studios that are working on things. Compulsion and a bunch of others.
Yeah.
But no, we went to have an August. There's a question about that. So let me quickly jump into that. This one's from Squid, Sarah Squid, and she says, when is the August event for Xbox? August ends in 4 days. We were supposed to get an August event and maybe details on the Series S. How the hell are we going to go into September still not knowing shit? You're 100% right. Honestly,
Yeah.
I am 100% with you. I 100% agree with you. I don't understand how we are going into September not knowing the price of these consoles, the release date of these consoles, and we don't even know properly what the bloody launch lineups are. Like, we do kinda, but not like they haven't been like, this is our launch lineup. It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. They're both playing very big chicken. They're like, you go first, no, you go first, no, you go first. Because even here at Gamescom, I thought Sony was gonna announce their price because Jeff Keighley kept saying we have more to see from Ratchet and Clank and PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5, and
Well,
we saw nothing for it.
Well, we
At
saw
the end,
Ratchet
there
and
was, like,
Clank
the
on
console
PlayStation
popped up.
5.
Yeah, the console popped up at the last second. I was like, they're gonna announce the price, and then he's like, that's it for the show, guys. And I'm like, oh,
My stream died.
nothing today. I know.
First time that ever happened to me. That's the first time ever during a watch along that my streams died. Stupid PC. Don't know what's going on with it. I need a new one.
Did your PC mess up?
What keeps happening is my PC and me now. Is my internet keeps disconnecting from my computer for some unknown reason.
Are you Wi-Fi? No.
No, I'm wired in. Ethernet cabled in. It's
I don't
weird. It's weird. Don't know. Me either.
Cool.
Me either. But yeah, no. I don't understand. I'm 100% with you. What the F are they doing? Why do we not know prices? I understand the game of chicken, don't get me wrong. I totally understand that point of it. But what the hell?
I do think we're getting closer and closer to a point where whoever announces first ends up.
The other one
winning.
comes a week after. No, I don't think so.
I think so. Man.
What are we doing with winning? What? There's no. There's no
not winning. Not winning.
Okay.
Winning was a poor word, but gets more eyes than whoever comes out second.
Whoever comes out first, not whoever comes out with the prize first.
No, whoever comes out with the prize first. I think you get more talk about solely you as opposed to you and the opposition.
I generally, dude, after watching a lot of industry stuff now, Xbox is set up to foul. Xbox is set up to foul. It really is. The way the industry talk about Xbox, it's just set up to foul. And you know what? I was listening to them talk about the haptic triggers on Ratchet and Clank and the haptic control. And I was like, they're doing something different. You can't even begrudge it. Like, I can't even get angry at it anymore. Where I'm like, at least they did something different with their controller. I know that Xbox has got the best controller out there currently, and they don't need to change it, really, and they haven't. But they did something different. Yeah, that's the console I want to invest in. That's a console I would pay over £500 for. I'm not going to, but I would.
Right, you would. Yeah. The problem with Microsoft is
2 seconds.
Microsoft's...
Hello, Haley. You're on the My Xbox and Me show. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Welcome to the show. We haven't heard from you since episode 100 and something. So how you doing?
I just said I'm good, thanks.
Hey, I'm the interview here. You're phoning me during the live show. What can I do for you?
I wanted you to know what you wanted me to bring in.
Lunch. Bring it in as usual, please.
Okay. All right, then.
Love you. Bye.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. Bye. My fiance, everyone. She's so caring. She would even bring me on lunch. I'm sorry, I didn't want to have to pause the show, Crush. So carry on with your thought process. I apologize. It's better to have her on the show than not have her on the show. She'll be like, I've not been on my Xbox in years. But actually, you was on 2 episodes. She was just on the show the other day, you know? So there you go. There you go.
I'm going to be honest. I lost where I was.
I understand. That's my fault.
Microsoft, to be fair, a lot of the stuff they've been doing that has been different. Has been stuff like Game Pass.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that stuff.
They've gone services.
We've had it. But it's also cross-generational now.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're trying to blur that line quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think that's their big push. Where Sony's like, new is.
Oh, of course. 100%. 100%. Quick question, Crash and listeners. Should we start My PlayStation and Me or what?
Why do you fix? Nobody can answer that but you. You can't ask chat. You can't ask anybody. That is a you question.
You're right. The answer's no. We shouldn't do it. Keygab. I think we just we bring back From the Gamers. I think that's what we do, right? Not you. You're on My Xbox and Me. From the Gamers was designed so you had a podcast to be on each week, and then you ended up worming your way into here. Like how?
Oh, I wormed my way into here.
Everybody else left me. I needed you.
Okay.
Last question comes from Ken Doyle 659 and says, what are your favourite surprises from the last couple of weeks, if any? Ken, I think you think my life is way more exciting than it is. There's been no surprises. I did a tea party for my fiance. That was a nice surprise for her.
That was a good surprise for her.
For her. But there's been nothing game-wise.
Nothing game-wise at all.
PGA Tour. I really like it.
I've heard quite a few.
I really like it. Like it was a, I don't think it even was a meme. It just really is a good game. It makes me feel good. It relaxes me. I get to just sit down and hit golf balls.
You know what it is?
I've become old.
It's ever since you stopped playing Football Manager, you've had time to enjoy something like PGA Tour.
That's true. Very true. Yeah. Very, very, very true. So if that counts, Ken, then that is what I'm gonna go with. Okay. Crash, let's jump into what's been in our box. What have you been playing this week, my dude?
I played a little known game called Battletoads.
Battletoads? Crash, I just wanna this is the perfect place to say this, yeah?
Okay.
We had Wasteland 3 come out this week. We had Tell Me Why. We had Fly It Sim, Jesus, and we've had Battletoads. 4 Xbox games, exclusives.
Yeah.
Well, not exclusives, because owned Xbox owned games have just come out.
Yeah, one of them huge.
Flight Sim.
Yeah, it's way like I expected it to get like good reviews and stuff like that. Like it's a flight sim, and it looked good and all that. I didn't expect it to get as many reviews as it did.
Taking over the
Um,
world.
Do you know how they spawned the world in that game?
They use Google Maps, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I
No,
found this out the other day, and that is so cool. And that's like
I
that's
was-
next gen right there. Right?
I was part of the Kind of Funny Zoom call, and a couple of people
Yeah.
were in their planet as we were talking, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to my house." I'm like, "What?" Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, you are correct, Despawn. Not the Google Maps, the Bing Maps.
Bing Maps.
Crash, come on, get it right, get it right.
Same.
And I was like, "Wait, what? You can? Is it the whole world?" And it's like, "Yes, it's the whole world." I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah, and it gets streamed in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's not like it's constantly like on your PC. The whole
Yeah.
map's on your PC. It's so crazy. When I heard this, I was like, why aren't more people talking about that fact? Like,
Yeah.
that
Have you
is so
played it? Have
crazy
you
to me.
played it at all?
No, I don't think my PC would be able to run it.
Oh, your
I heard it's
PC would
very
melt.
demanding. Yeah, I've heard it's very demanding.
I haven't tried it on my PC yet either.
Your PC could probably run it on lower settings.
I went on Ultra,
Not ultra.
160 frames.
No.
My PC just dies on me,
My
literally.
PC just shuts off and doesn't open. It's worse than my PC at that point. It just
Yo,
doesn't turn on.
look, I've literally got a note right here of all the games I
Yeah.
need to play.
Is
Uh,
that on it?
Wasteland 3. Tell me why. Finish Ghost of Tsushima. Flight Sim. Battletoads. I haven't played any of them.
Mm.
So talk about Battletoads though, because you know.
When I first went into Battletoads, I wanted the Battletoads I remember. This is not the Battletoads I remember.
It's for a new generation.
Yeah, I think it's a better game.
Yes.
I just don't think it's the game I wanted at the time. I played it one day. I sat away from it 2 days. I had a conversation with Ben about the game, or sat away from it for one day. I didn't play it for a day. I had a conversation with Ben about the game. We talked about it a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna give it a try with this mindset that it is Battletoads for a new generation. It's not meant to be the old Battletoads because the old Battletoads was also divisive, and this one looks like it's divisive as well. Hearing people talk about it, some people talk very highly of it, and some people not at all.
Yeah.
I like the game. I think it's good. I think the combat stuff they have is cool. Every character, Pimple, Zitz, and Rash, all have different feeling combat. They all have different moves. I think that's really cool. I think the game has a bunch of mini games, and it does break up the combat with mini games. I think at one point, the point I'm at right now in the game, which is I'm about at the middle of the third act, which is basically the last act. The last act only has 2 stages on it, so it's basically the end of the game. You get a little bit too many mini games without any combat for my taste. Because the mini games can be hit or miss. I also want to say that everything seems like it needs co-op,
Yeah.
and that's good.
If you
except
had
for the
online.
fact that it doesn't have online, where it's like that's my main drawback with the game. Where like if I was playing this game with you or with Ben or whoever it
Yeah.
be, like I think I would really enjoy this game because the mini games seem fun
Yeah.
and the combat seems really fun, but it's really clearly designed that it's really apparent that it's designed for co-op and it's not really designed for solo play. It works solo play. It's not that it doesn't. It just isn't optimal to play in solo play, right?
Yeah. No, I got
Um,
you. It's the same thing I said when I played it at XO19. I was like, it seems fun. I'm sure I'd get a kick out. I'm sure I will get a kick out of it. I play it with Haley, but playing side scrolling beat 'em up solo is not a fun experience.
Yeah.
And especially after
I
the
agree.
fun we had with Streets of Rage 4.
That's another thing. I think that's one of the problems I have with this is I have Streets of Rage on my mind where I was like, Streets of Rage A was very much so Streets of Rage and it didn't
Yes.
change too much.
No, true.
But also it was online co-op, and while that online was buggy and we kept disconnecting and all that, it was still fun, and I still think it was worth it to go through all
100%.
that, like mess up because I really enjoyed what we got.
Yeah.
Even if the story was hit or miss.
And that was day one. And that was day one as well. And-
Yeah, which apparently it's better now.
Oh yeah, way
Um,
better.
So yeah, I do think if you didn't like Battletoads before, I think it's worth it to go into it because they did change quite a bit.
easier.
And if you do like, as long as you like side scroller beat 'em ups, but there's also a ton of mini games.
That's what
Like,
I'm looking
a
forward to.
lot of mini games. They have like Space Invaders at some point. They have
sick.
They have a lot of
Okay.
stuff, a lot of really interesting mini games as well.
Cool.
There's a lot of comedy in the game. The comedy's hit or miss for me. I'm sure some people will like it all. A lot of
You're
it's,
not. You're a tough critic though when it comes to comedy. I've noticed that you're not. Getting you to laugh is hard. So when I get you to laugh, I tell you to smile.
A lot of it's dumb comedy, and dumb comedy just doesn't appeal to me. And that's not an insult to the comedy.
How
it's
are we
just
friends?
What it is.
My whole life is dumb comedy.
I have no clue. Don't ask me.
But yeah,
it's for somebody. I'm sure people will like the comedy. But yeah, I think it is a solid game.
do you agree with what I haven't played any of these 4 games yet. So, or 3 games, I should say, of the one. No, 4. 4 of the ones from Xbox. Obviously, I think we can easily say Wastelands 3 and Ghost of Tsushima. Jesus. Ghost of Tsushima's on my list. Get Wastelands 3 and Flight Sim, top games. They're getting reviewed very well. They don't feel like Game Pass games, which is my argument, right? Like, Xbox is going for quantity and feeding the player with games over quality games like PlayStation do with Uncharted, let's say, or something like that. Where does Battletoads fit in with that for you? Is it a case, and it doesn't have to be one or the other, but I'm just trying to qualify it in my head. Does it feel like just a case of like, hey, we just fed you a new experience, like, enjoy it, or is it actually a fun game that you would have picked up without a Game Pass?
Well, I like Battletoads, so I probably would have picked it up without Game Pass.
Got ya.
But I don't think it qualifies as this is a Game Pass game, because for me a Game Pass game is like a game with very minimal work.
Bleeding edge. I don't think
not minimal work.
Yeah.
But like that's more basic and quicker to produce, if that makes sense. I don't know if that doesn't work either. I don't know what I would qualify as a Game Pass game. I don't think it's this, because this game does seem like it got a lot of work and love put into it. Like I don't think this game was produced for the purpose of Game Pass.
Got ya. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. And that answers my question. So.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anything else you've been playing? Did we miss anything?
No, I think that's all I've been playing this week. I've been incredibly busy this week.
Yeah. I've been playing a little game you may have heard of, like I said, PJ Tour. Go and check out my did you watch Let's Play by any chance?
I watched part 1.
What did you think?
I thought it was good. The game looks...
It's very good looking.
It looks good.
Yes.
It just doesn't look like a game I'd enjoy.
No. It's not. No, definitely.
Yeah.
Again, like I said last week, if you're not into golf, you're not going to care. But I'm getting better, Crash. I am one with the winds now. I'm one with the wind.
When are you going to be out putting the Tiger Woods?
I already out part Tiger Woods. He's not in my tournament. I'm still in the amateur ranks. I'll get to him soon, mate. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I won my first tournament in the second episode. And then part 3 has now been recorded. Honestly, it's just relaxing fun. Honestly, the wind blows and it sounds real and it feels like I'm out there on a golf course and it's just fun. It really is. So, yeah.
With what you've played right now, do you think it has a chance at your top 10 games of the year?
No. Because I know what's coming ahead. Already Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed,
but not even like a number
new
9
COD.
or number 10.
No, Gears Tactics would be on there before it. Streets of Rage 4 would be on there before it. A bunch of other games. Joanne's in chat. We're live right now on twitch.tv/MCFixer. You tired? I won't call it a true win. Wow. The shade.
Wait, it's a tie fix?
Yeah,
you've been out here telling me you won when you got a tie?
It's a tie win. Go watch the second episode, you'll see. I go through a range of emotions between I'm the effing best to oh my god I suck. So definitely go and give it a watch. It's worth it, I promise. Other than that, what have I been playing? COD, no one cares. Fortnite.
I
played new Fortnite season this morning, specifically for the podcast. I won 2 of my 6 games.
Okay.
It's very easy. Very, very, very easy.
You won one.
No, I won 2 solos.
Yeah, but you said 1, and I didn't process it as 1 until I said 1.
Yeah, no.
Was it solos?
It's 2 solos. A
lot of bots?
I come 3rd in the other. I didn't come across any bots as in bot players or bots as in like bots.
Bots isn't bots.
No, I didn't come across any bots,
Okay.
but it's just very easy. And I was on the cusp of like, do I buy the battle pass? Do I buy the battle pass? It's all Marvel. We're gonna talk about it later. And I'm just like, who's gonna play it with me?
No one.
Nobody.
You'd have to like want to play that game.
I'd
yourself.
actively have to force F&H Paul to download it again, and he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
He could probably do it.
He wouldn't. He doesn't like the game. He hates it. Everyone hates it.
Oh, does he?
Everybody hates Fortnite in my community, and I'm like, if I'm not streaming it, I'm not gonna play it, right? So I'm like,
I don't
okay,
think you buy the battle pass.
yeah, I didn't. I took JJ's 300 bits and was like, ha ha ha. You ain't getting. I'm not buying
You
the battle
ran
pass.
away with it.
Ran away. But yeah, it's sad, but it's life. But yeah, it feels like Fortnite. The skins look dope. The new map with new areas is cool. It's so easy on the eyes, Fortnite. It's so easy on the eyes.
I stand by that's probably Fortnite's biggest appeal is how well it looks and how easy it ages.
Yeah.
As opposed to something like Call of Duty. Like we'll see Warzone in like 3 or 4 years if that's aged well, or if they're gonna have to do a graphical update or anything like that with the game.
Well, they've done even in Fortnite, they've done a graphical update, haven't they? So
Right. But even if Fortnite looked the way it used to, it wouldn't be bad. Right?
no, true.
That's like it got a graphical update, but it's not that different, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
I'm just curious how something like Warzone will age compared to that, and even how Fortnite will age, because even though it is a different art style, maybe people get bored by just looking at that art style over a long period of time. Even though I don't think so, because I do think it is really easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Wind Waker, if you're talking about Zelda, and all those games age better than other games just because of the art choice.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Let's move into the news. Let's get on to this week's dashboard, Crash. On this week's dashboard, we have Certain Affinity reveals they are working with 343 on development of Halo Infinite. Austin-based studio Certain Affinity announced today that they have been working with 343 on the upcoming Halo Infinite. Certain Affinity revealed the partnership started back in 2019 in December. As this morning, they can finally reveal they've been working with the team at 343 on Halo Infinite. Certain Affinity is best known for their work on creating multiplayer environments such as maps and other modes for various games. Obviously, they've worked on Halo 2, Halo Waypoint, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo Reach, Halo 4, and, of course, the Master Chief Collection. Seems like a smart play, right, Crash? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone comes in and says Halo's multiplayer is not good or even great.
Yeah.
It's always the story. What if it ain't broken, don't fix it, sort of thing. When it comes to maps with Certain Affinity.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also good to note that this isn't a new partnership. They've worked on past Halo games,
Yeah.
and B, they've been working with them since December. Because I know when this popped up, a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is
Why is
a
it
panic
just being?
move
Why
and
is
all
it?
this."
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to also remember that the more, especially with this game being free to play and getting battle pass, you have to offer more incentives for people to put money into the game with microtransactions and buying the battle passes. So I like the idea of them having a developer on the side, sort of like, hey, your goal is to just make battle pass content.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I think that's good.
Totally agree. Next up, Microsoft Mysteries Initiative Studio hires from Crystal Dynamic, Bungie, alumni. Microsoft has tapped up top talent from Bungie and Crystal Dynamic to join its mystery quadruple A studio, the Initiative. Among the 16 new hires revealed on LinkedIn by studio head Darren Gallagher.
Daryl
Gallagher. Yeah, like Noel Gallagher from Oasis. Gallagher. I got it right. We see that the shadow of Tomb Raider and Marvel's Avengers director Remy Lacoste. Lacoste? It looked like Lacoste, and I was like, it can't be Lacoste, right? But maybe
it's usually a capital C, right?
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I'm not
I think
dumb.
it's. I don't know. I think it's usually a capital C.
I could definitely be wrong. Maybe I just been writing it wrong. Has made the jump to the initiative to work on an experimental director as an experimental director. Destiny 2 narrative lead. Jesus, why Destiny 2's narrative? They've got no narrative, have they? Christina Thompson has also joined the studio in a lead writer position. We're yet to know what the studio is working on. Yada yada yada. So, Crash, more talent. More talent going over to this big studio.
Do you think that they got a narrative lead this late? Or at this point, do you think the game is way farther out than we assumed?
Yes. No, not that we assumed. Then I've been saying it. It's not ready. They've been hiring for a long time. They're still hiring. So it's like, and we don't know how long this is. They've been there already. By the way, they could have totally have been there a while, and this has just come out. But
I think they've been there for a while because it seems like, especially with what happened with the Halo Infinite's delay, that a lot of stories started coming up about all of Xbox's games, and Xbox is sort of like the partnership. I'm pretty sure that statement came out because people were like, "Oh, look, they just got the studio working on it, etc., etc." So it seems like they were just trying to put out fires, like, "Hey, everything's good over here. We got everything under control."
Speaking of everything being good, Crash, Halo veteran Joseph Staten joins 343 Industries to get Halo Infinite, quote, back on track. Microsoft and 343 Industries has confirmed that Joseph Staten will be returning home for Halo for a bit. The news was revealed via the Halo Waypoint, further clarifying that Staten will be officially joining the project as project lead for Halo Infinite's campaign after helping launch Tell Me Why this week. Very happy with this, obviously. It's always easier to work under people you know and people that you've worked with previously. Joseph Staten's worked on Master Chief Collection and other stuff like that within the Microsoft portfolio. Tell Me Why as well now. I'm hoping things are gonna do well. The one thing that it does worry me a little bit, Crash, is how far this game might be at now. Like, this is not gonna be an early 2021 game. No way.
Yeah, I see it. Like, some people have been saying, "Oh, it's going to be pushed back to 2022 now." I don't think that's the case. I think we still get in 2021, but I do think it's mid to late year 2021. More than likely. Which makes me wonder: were there more issues with the game than we assumed?
Yes.
Or are they just fixing like what we saw?
No, I think there's more issues. I think there's more issues than you got. I feel like if we're seeing that at the start of the game, which I know it's not probably the very start, but very early on, they've gone through and gone like, they're not gonna like this, they're not gonna like this, they're not gonna like this. Like, yeah.
So you think they're just gonna like, they really want to polish it out to like, for like it to be a haymaker?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, but I could be wrong. But yeah, there was a little bit more information, but we're trying this new thing out, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Go on.
I was gonna ask, did you see Jason Schreier's tweets about contractors, game industry contractors, and how they work 18 months and they have to let go for 6 months and then they can come back? How this is a practice Microsoft does?
I did not see it. Again, I've been trying to stay off social media so much. I really have, because everything's so negative at the moment. I was saying I missed. I'm not even going to say it right, so I'm not even going to mention it because I don't know enough information about it. The shooting that happened. Yeah. Do you know the gentleman's name?
Oh, I forgot it.
Let me look it up. Let me look it up before I get this wrong. But like I say, I've totally. Thank you. Jacob Blake being shot in the back 7 times. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and I'm at that point in my head where I just have to take myself away from social media a little bit more as of lately, because otherwise it's just messing with my psyche so much. So no, I didn't see it. So what is it? So it's they're hiring contractors on for an 18-month contract and then laying them off, and then they can't work again for 6 months and they bring them back.
Yeah, because that's Microsoft policy, and they do this to avoid hiring people. I think you should rate it. And
okay.
We should
have a conversation.
And conversation next week. Yeah, okay. Because I don't want to go into this like half-assed.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's actually do it though, because we say we'll do things all the time. Let's actually do it then.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Sounds like 0-hour contracts over here, honestly. Where like they should be illegal, but they're not. Do you know what 0-hour contract is?
No.
So you can be hired by a company, but they legally don't have to. So that's what happened with me at Goals. So when I stopped working at Goals, when I was laid off, I wasn't actually laid off because I had a contract, but my contract, they're only obliged to give me 0 hours. So they can give me as many hours as they want to give me, or as little hours as they want. So it's the easy way for them, because you can't be sacked without the right way of sacking people, right? So the easy way to get around that is, we're going to give you a 0-hour contract, and then if you fuck up, or if you do something we dislike, you just don't get... We're not sacked you, we just don't have any hours for you this week.
Got it.
So, yeah. But we will talk about it again next week. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Fortnite Chapter 2, obviously we spoke about it a little bit earlier, but it has happened. Just to get into the Battle Pass information, because that's the stuff people really care about. You have Thor, Iron Man, Storm, Doctor Doom, She-Hulk, Mystique, Groot, and Wolverine. All in the Battle Pass that can be earned and paid for. Like I say, it's fun, it's enjoyable, there's new locations added to the map. I just don't know if I can do it again, Crash. There's heli characters that have been blown up, and there's smoke in the air. You go for them. There's loot. There's new weapons. You got different. I don't know how many there were, but I had Doctor Doom's abilities. So I had this weapon, which is like in a book shape sort of thing, and it gives you like Doctor Doom's arms and they're glowing green, and I'm just blowing things up as I run along. And like I say, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's not OP at all. I'm still using guns as well, but I don't know. Toxic Chris was telling me this season's like 3 months long as well. It's a big long season.
It seems like they're going for longer seasons with that game.
I think it's just the burnout of content, right?
Yeah, I also think that they were getting a little bit of slack for overworking and crunch.
Yeah.
So this is probably they're like, okay, yeah, maybe we were working them a little too hard. Let's chill out, like space the content a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is this game, if you are into Fortnite, is this update worth going back to check?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you into Fortnite?
No, I was asking for the people who are listening that might be into Fortnite.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, no, yes, I do think it's worth going in. I think it's worth going in and having a look around. You might like what you see there, you might not. But don't go in there and buy it just for the sake of buying it. That's what people were saying to me. You might as well have it. I'm like, but if I'm not going to play it, what's the point? Like, it's not even about the money. It's just like, why? Why am I going to waste my battle box? Yeah. But if Marvel's not going to get me in, nothing's getting me in.
True. Yeah.
So
I think that, like, another kudos to them for doing this deal. It's so surreal seeing this, and even the Star Wars with The Sims, even though The Sims has done Star Wars in the past. Yeah. It is just surreal seeing deals like this happen. We've seen crossovers with gaming franchises, but seeing crossovers outside of gaming franchises it's really interesting and a new way to experience a lot of this stuff. Which is
cool. 100%. Next up, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, details revealed, price, edition, and more. The campaign trailer also features characters like Woods, Hudson, and Mason from the original game, as well as a new character. The campaign was developed primarily by Raven Software. However, Treyarch refers to the campaign as quote, worthy of the Black Ops name. This year's Call of Duty will be a breath of fresh air, as the game will feature a bunch of new features, such as customized characters. The players will also be able to The players will also be given the ability to create their own playable character through the campaign, allowing male or female and classified gender options, which gives players a non-binary choice. Fun fact, Crash, my friend is actually non-binary, who I was out with the other day. So I was, sorry to add a little bit more information here, but just from my perspective. So learning new etiquettes and things like that was very interesting for me. So yeah, interesting. And I made mistakes, they corrected me, and we moved on. So yeah, it was cool. Along with gender options, players will be able to give their character a name, identity, and backstory, which I think is kind of cool. So yeah. Next up, we have player choices. Unlike previous installments of the Call of Duty franchise, Raven Software has slated that this year's Call of Duty will be the most choice-based title in the series. Not only can players customize their characters, they can choose how they tackle various missions in the game. Something that I found in Modern Warfare last year was very fun. Being able to make the decisions, probably not to the same level as this, but that choice I liked in a COD game.
My thing with I really liked it in Modern Warfare, but I also liked that it was so subtle in Modern Warfare.
Yes, I agree.
Sort of
go left,
face.
go right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like
That's
Gears of
my
War.
worry with this.
You take the high ground, I'll take the low ground.
Which trigger are you going to press to go which way, right? That's kind of my worry with this choice, with the player choice in this game. Is it going to be overly in my face, or is it just going to be something I can choose to do, and I have to sort of choose to do it on my own, right? That could obviously, it could 100% work, but after coming off of Modern Warfare, I know I'm personally leaning more towards the subtlety of choice as opposed to the in-your-face choices.
Yeah, I agree with you. The subtleties was something that I really enjoyed. Being able to the choice of spoilers for the game, I guess. Being able to that choice of leaving the guy in the chair so he lives and goes back to his family, or shooting him in the head because he was a scumbag.
Yeah.
Making that subtleness. It was no shoot the guy or don't shoot the guy. You have that moment with you throughout the whole game if you wanna. So yeah.
And it gives you a sense of player agency where I think if they're shouting at you oh, these are the ways you can tackle this, that is sort of removes that player agency to a certain degree, because it feels like the game is meant to be played that way.
Agreed. Next up is the pricing and additions crash, which obviously had the internet in a big hullabaloo. Here we go. The Xbox Standard Edition is $60. It comes with the base game for the Xbox One, the Confrontational Weapons Pack, early access to the open beta, digital pre-orders only, the iconic Operation Frank Woods and assault rifle weapons blueprint for immediate use in Warzone, and it is a pre-order only bonus. This was all written by Zyger, by the way, at myxboxandme.com. Next up was the Xbox Series X Standard Edition that cost you $70. The best game cost you $70 for the Xbox Series X, the Confrontational's Weapon Pack, early access to the open beta, iconic Operation Frank Woods and assault rifle weapon blueprint immediately for Warzone. Then you have the cross-gen bundle, which will cost you $70, which is the base game for the Xbox One X and Xbox Series X, confrontational weapons pack, early access to the open beta, digital pre-orders only, iconic, again, the same thing we just played last time, and last but not least, you have the Ultimate Edition, which is the base game for Xbox One and Xbox Series X, the Confrontational Weapons Pack, Land, Sea, and Air Pack, free operations, operator skins, free vehicle skins, and free weapon blueprints. Battle Pass bundle, one season pass plus a 20+ skip. Early access to the open beta, iconic Operation Frank Woods and assault rifle weapon blueprint for immediate use in Warzone, and a 10-tier skip for immediate use in Call of Duty Warzone or Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This allows players who purchase the game digitally on Xbox One can choose to upgrade to the Series X version for an additional $10 at a later date should they choose to. This promotion by Activision is only for digital versions of the game. Activision also confirms that the base game for next-gen hardware will retail at $70 for both Series X and the PS5. The cross-gen bundle, which also retails at $70, will be digital only and will give players the game across both Xbox One and Xbox Series X. I'm sorry, that was probably a lot of information and very convoluted and very but people have been confused about it, and I hope that gives people a little bit more clarification on what is going on. So,
yeah,
there it is. And then there's obviously even more clarification that I'm not going to get into here, because it's like PlayStation can do this, but Xbox can't do that, and Xbox is this, and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So, what do you think about this?
I think smart delivery is bullshit. in a way of it was just marketing spiel at the end of the day, because you can't, unless you're going to actively tell everyone you have to buy into smart delivery, it just doesn't work, because then you have things like this, and you have things like the 2K model, and you have, it's the smart delivery only works if you're literally telling publishers, we're not allowing you to charge for upgrades on next gen, which they haven't done. And I get that smart delivery is more than that. It's texture pack, making sure you get the right version on the right console. I know all that. Don't come at me on Twitter. I do understand all that. But it does just feel very much like a huge, I don't know, not an FU as such, but just a huge, like...
It feels like they were spinning you around in a circle.
Yeah, exactly. It's so unnecessary. So you're literally paying $90 to get free operator skins, free vehicle skins, free blueprint skins, and to skip some stuff in the battle pass. That's what you're paying the extra 20, 70, 80, 90.
Cross-gen bundles only is the same price as the next
No, I'm about the I was talking about the Ultimate
okay,
Edition.
okay.
Strictly on the Ultimate Edition is what I'm talking about.
Got it.
But they've done that on purpose to confuse you. Of like, oh, the Ultimate Edition, it comes with the Xbox One version, the Xbox Series X version, COD, Activision, not Xbox, by the way.
Right.
So it makes you feel like you need the Ultimate Edition to get it in case you missed the cross-gen bundle edition.
Got it.
Because you're only
So I was
really
gonna
going to
say-
see, really the standard edition, and then you're going to see the Ultimate Edition. You're not really going to see this cross-gen bundle. Like, it will be there, but I guarantee it's not like the thing they push in front.
How do you feel about them charging $70 for the current and next gen version?
I have no problem with it, but I think we get back to the same conversation where it's like, did they do anything different, or are they just charging me $10 for nothing?
No.
I still don't understand. I don't mind paying more for video games. Have no problem with that. I think video games need to go up in price. I just need to understand why I'm paying more for video games. Is my thing.
Especially with a cross-gen game, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, will it have ray tracing? Because ray tracing does take work. It's not something you just snap.
You can't just turn
right?
on the feature and then it's there.
So even if it's like it's $10 more, but you get ray tracing, and that'll make the campaign feel that much more realistic, I'm fine with that. I do think that as far as the deal goes, this is probably one of the better ones we've seen. You can buy the game $60 day one. You can upgrade it whenever you want for $10, as long as you have the digital, not the physical. I understand why they did that.
Yeah, I understand it as well. People are angry, but I understand it 100%.
Yeah, because it's like then you could just buy physical, upgrade the $60 version. When that comes out, you just sell your old one, right? They don't want you to be able to do that.
No,
makes absolute sense, right?
Yeah.
Even with Ultimate Editions, they've done Ultimate Editions before, so that's not even for me like out of left field. That makes absolute sense. Yeah,
like I say, the big thing is it makes every time this happens, it makes Xbox look stupid.
Yeah,
because smart delivery, they needed to have the problem they had was they can't have harsh stances on any publisher out there, because if they do that, they're already in second place. We know that. Like, they can't have that. They can't be the one that's like restricting people from doing things. But they wanted to push smart delivery to be this thing that save people money and for it to work as an easy moving across generations, right? And really, it does just come down to these publishers going, we want to make more money. Which, again, I've got no problem with them making more money, but like, that doesn't fit our narrative at the end of the day. So it's just really hard on them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. I think like hindsight's always 20/20. I think they should have not called it smart delivery, or said
they shouldn't have said anything.
Smart delivery as what it was. And like talked about like the feature, like, oh, if a studio wants to upgrade, like we have this feature.
Which I guarantee that's what they did do. I guarantee that's what they did say. But the problem is when you market something because buy your game, maybe they didn't market it as this, but it was very much how it was in my head, which was like, buy your games once and you'll be able to play them on next gen.
Yeah, I'm sure when they were, even if they did say exactly that they were more so speaking for first party games.
Of course. And they would allow third parties to utilize it as well, blah, 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 blah. 100%.
I think you have to be clearer with that. Because if you're clear with that at that point, and you talk about how easy it is, then the burden falls on the developer, the publisher, the third party developer, as opposed to you, where right now it's like people will be looking at Microsoft like,
you're a liar. It looks like they're a liar. It looks like they're lying when they're not. They haven't actually lied.
Yeah, I agree.
They haven't actually lied, but it's a shame. But that is life. Games with Gold this month. The Division 1 available from August 1st. Nope, it won't be August, it'll be September. September 1st to September 30th. The Book of Unwritten Tales, September... the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. That's the number that messed me up there, guys. September 16th. The Blob 2 will be available from September 1st to September 15th. And Armed and Dangerous from September 16th to September 30th. God, Games with Gold's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Get rid of Games with Gold.
That's why I said that on Twitter, and then people were like, but it's free.
It's not free.
I'm not.
And
Don't
for
do
some
it,
of these
Crash.
games, I'm sure they have to make deals with it and all that.
This must have cost them a couple of bucks and a nice bottle of champagne. Division
like marketing,
Division
like
1?
The next time you guys do an Inside Xbox talk about the next division or whatever.
Division 1? Who wants... No disrespect, but who is out there going, oh my god, yes, I
want
now
Division
own
1,
Division 1. Like, no.
Especially a Games with Service. It'd be different if Division 1 was strictly a campaign game or
Yeah.
a single player game or whatever. Like, that's fine, but it's not. It's a Games with Service. Yeah, I don't know. Games with Gold. I haven't been interested with Games with Gold in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm more interested and I keep more up to date with the new games coming to Game
Pass.
Pass because I think you get better games on Game Pass,
Yep.
but you also get updated on them more frequently, and Xbox seems to make more of a big deal of them as opposed to Games with Gold.
Let's plug, and get ourselves out of here, Chris. That is it for this week's show. What have you got to plug, my friend?
Twitter.com. That's all I have to plug is Twitter.com.
Plug in Twitter.
Crushing Plays on Twitter.
Twitter.com. You just plug in Twitter. I appreciate it.
I'm just plugging Twitter.
I mean, Twitter
You can
needs
find
it.
everybody on Twitter.
They haven't had the
There's
I don't think they've had the profitable year ever, so I appreciate you doing that for the little guy, man. I appreciate that. You can find me everywhere at MC Fixer. There is so many games out that I need to play, and more and more and more coming. Game of the Year talk will happen very soon. I think we should do a check-in. I think we should do a Game of the Year check-in. Because I want to play Tell Me Why. I want to do Wasteland. I want to do Flight Sim. I want to do Battletoads. Chris, I've got to ask you. I've got to ask you serious questions though. Are you gonna finish the games by the end of the year? You need to finish.
Yeah, I was gonna finish Battletoads yesterday, but I fell asleep.
What about Gears Tactics?
I was gonna say Gears Tactics. I'm finishing this week. That's what I was gonna ask you. When are we doing this? Because I want to try and finish at least.
Why don't we make it
Three.
next week? We do the. Why don't we
Next
do?
week?
Why don't we do? And even if there's like a load of news, we do like 2 shows next week. Where we'll do a
Okay.
deep discussion about the contractor stuff. Where we'll do our research, and we'll do Game of the Year watch. And then if there's even more news, we'll do another My Xbox and Me. And yeah, how about that?
That actually works because we probably won't have a lot of news on Tuesday or Monday whenever we decide to record it.
I
so that we
see.
do
I
Game of
see
the Year watch
Laura
Friday.
in the chat. You would be a brilliant person to have on for Tell Me Why. We should talk. We should talk. All right. You can find me everywhere at MC Fixer, nonetheless. And until next time, Kresh has been Kresh. I have been MC Fixer, and I'd love you, leave you, and see you all later. Goodbyes.
Bye.